What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to react to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. A lot of stuff to cover, so before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get to 150 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And of course, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. So we're going to start off with an update from one of yesterday's stories about Jean-Claire Todibo. If you want to know more about that, check the previous video on the channel. Todibo came out saying that Barcelona has it clear Todibo will not return. Benfica wants to return the central defender, but at the Camp Nou, they warned that the loan contract lasts 1 year. They criticized the statements made by Jorge Jesus, their coach, as an attempt to pressure Barcelona. So basically, Jorge Jesus said that Todibo has no tactical awareness and his physical condition is poor, so that's why he doesn't want to play him. Just like I said yesterday, those comments were just made to put pressure on Barcelona to try and see if there was any way to cancel his loan deal. Barcelona are adamant that his loan at least can stand for 1 year. So that means they guarantee that $2 million loan fee. So that's why they don't want to cancel it. So that's why Todibo will be staying in Benfica to the end of the season. It's unclear what we're going to do with Todibo when he returns. But for now, Todibo will be 100% staying at Benfica until the end of the season. Another follow-up story from yesterday, we talked about Erling Haaland. We talked about how a lot of the pre-candidates have already contacted his agent. But Riola came out saying that Riola will only talk about Haaland with the future president of Barcelona when it's official. So right now, Riola's not talking to any of the pre-presidential candidates. Candidates have contacted Mino Riola, but he's completely shut it down and said, look, I'm not talking to anyone unless I know who 100% will be the Barcelona president. So we're going to have to wait on Erling Haaland. But Riola have come out saying that various presidential candidates want to sign Michael Zorc, Borussia Dortmund's supporting director, for their project. Now, whichever candidate signs Michael Zorc will have a huge advantage. Because we all know Michael Zorc is one of the top sporting directors in the world. You know, he signed Erling Haaland, he signed Sancho, he signed Aubameyang, Royce, Lewandowski, all these top stars that Dortmund have created and how they, flipped them. That's how the Dortmund team basically works. You buy a star, sell them for whatever price you want to, and then rebuild again. He has an excellent finding, special youth products in the world. He would be a great addition to whatever candidate can get him. There are no rumors at the moment of which candidate wants to appoint him, but there are a lot of candidates looking at him, and he would be a brilliant appointment. And now we're going to take a look at the cover from Mundo Deportivo last night, saying now more than ever. It has Depay and Garcia on the front of the cover. They go on to say that the injury plague and crisis of results will reactivate Koeman's interest and reinforce the defense and attack. The manager understands the club situation, but he considers it to be a priority to sign in the winter. So basically, Koeman is going to the club and saying, look, we definitely need these two acquisitions. The problem is, who are the two players that you have to move on? Because now the league have rules saying if you want to sign a player, you have to let one player go. That way it's, fair play and all that stuff. So you can't have, 25 first-team players. You can only have a certain amount. So that's Barcelona's struggle, getting rid of two players so we can bring in those two players. Like I said before yesterday, Garcia is 100% done. The question is, was it now or is it going to be in the summer? The Depay contract agreement is there, but no agreement with Lyon. I think Barcelona can sign both of these players for around 15 to 20 million. And I know for a fact Barcelona had the money because we offered almost 20 million. What was it, 18 million plus 6 million in variables for Garcia on the final day of the transfer window. And plus we had money from Champions League, all that sort of stuff. So I do think Barcelona have money, plus the sales that they're going to have to make in order to bring them in shouldn't be a problem. The question is which two players are going to go. I think these two reinforcements will be absolutely fantastic for the squad and will give us a big push for the season. We're fighting for trying to get top 4 in the league at the moment. Trying to stay in the UCL because by the time the UCL round 16 starts, it will be in February. The transfer window by then would end it and we would know what we have at the end of it. Those will be two absolutely fantastic, additions to the squad, and I think they are a must at this point. Mundo Deportivo also talk about Philippe Coutinho, saying that Coutinho with discomfort is a doubt. The Brazilian has muscular problems and could be out for the game against Levante. Could that be a positive? I don't know. He didn't even play, I think, a minute against Juventus. Of course, played against Cadiz on the weekend, didn't really play well. Got subbed up, I think, 60th minute, something like that. Looks like he got a muscle injury in training, so we'll see how that develops. Now we're going to talk about Ronald Koeman and the doubts about his system. Zorc came out saying Ronald Koeman's system generates discomfort at the club. All Barcelona youth players are grassroots footballers using the 4-3-3 except the first team. The method area marks the line of football at Barcelona. So basically the point he's trying to make is that from the under ones to the first team, up until that point, they all learned about the 4-3-3 system. One CDM, a box-to-box and a creative midfielder with false 9, play out from the back, play beautiful football which is attacking. This is what they learn. And then when they come to the first team, it's a completely new system, 4-2-3-1, a little bit defensive. Wingers come in, Cam, does this, does that. Fullbacks don't go on as much, all this crap. So it's hard for players from the Barca B team to make that jump. And that's why the clubs and the players are trying to push Koeman to switch to the 4-3-3. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Koeman is a very stubborn man, and he's going to stick with his 4-2-3-1. Now, one of the Mundo Deportivo journalists named Marcel Lorente came out, and he said this interesting quote that I want to, let you guys know about. He said, these players are very comfortable. When they win, they are heroes, and when they lose, it is the fault of others. Koeman should be backed and must be given time. When I read this quote, I said to myself, you know what? He has a good point. He says that when the players win, little world class. We don't need this. We don't need that. Look at the players. It's a new season. Blah 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 blah. We're so good. But when they lose, it's other people's fault. Koeman, board, Bartomeu, this and that. Although that is true, I do think the players don't get the blame that they deserve, and that's why a lot of the dead wood is sailed this club. He's saying Koeman should be backed and must be given time. Also, Victor Font and Joan Laporta have been saying that as well, trying to give Koeman time. So basically, this is why I don't want to scream Koeman out, because I don't want to waste my breath with it. I know a lot of you guys are already Koeman out. I don't know if you guys are going to flip back if he does well. But all the Koeman outers, they need to, take a step back. Because I'm saying right now a 98% chance Koeman stays until the rest of the season. A lot of people are saying 100%. I don't think a lot of people are saying that he won't be sacked no matter what. I think that if he, loses a lot of big games, stuff like that, all in like a consecutive, in like a matter of a month, I would say, I think he would get sacked by the new president. But if you just, it's just inconsistent, wins a couple, loses one, draws one, then wins another couple, just stays like that, I think the president will just stick with him to the end of the season, just call the season a write-off. But he makes a good point about how the players need to take some of the blame. There's been a lot of talk over the past 24 hours about the presidential race. Now the presidential candidates are starting to do a lot more interviews, talking about their plans, what they want to do for the club. And we all know it's going to be a two-horse race between Joan Laporta and Victor Font. And they both did interviews over the past 12 hours. I'd highly recommend you guys go read it on, Barca Center or Barca Buzz. But one of them, of course, Victor Font, has the backing of Xavi. And he says presidential candidate Xavi believes that the presence of Xavi Hernandez as a leader of his new sporting project can help convince Lionel Messi to sign a renewal that considers strategic and priority for him. All the candidates, especially Font and Laporta, are the first thing that they want to address is Messi's contract situation, and they want to renew him. And Victor Font's main thing to do is that he wants to bring in Xavi to really convince Messi. Because we all know the rumors about when Valverde got sacked, Bartomeu promised him to bring Xavi. Xavi didn't want to come, so they appointed Setien, and that really, pissed off Messi. Because what Bartomeu basically came out to him and said, look, we're going to sack Valverde, or we're going to bring in Xavi. And Messi was content with that. Because a lot of the players backed Valverde. They all, were all his, friend or whatever. They didn't want him to get sacked whatsoever. But Bartomeu said to him, look, we're going to get Xavi, so that's why we're going to sack him. Messi was like, you know what? I'm okay with that. Ended up getting Setien. Messi wasn't happy. So Victor Font thinks that appointing Xavi as manager will give us a big boost in, Messi signing a new contract. One of the other presidential candidates who actually started the motion of no confidence that got Bartomeu out is Jordi Farre. And he's saying that what he wants to do to convince Messi is bring in Neymar. He thinks that he can bring in Neymar for 40 to 50 million, which I don't know how the hell he's gonna do. But Rack One came out today saying that Neymar has announced that he will stay in PSG. Now that begs the question, what's gonna happen with Mbappe? Because we talked about yesterday how the sporting director of PSG is in talks to sign a new contract for Mbappe and Neymar, and I said I think only one will happen. I don't think they can afford both. I think one of them will want to leave. Looks like it's gonna be Neymar. Looks like Mbappe may be leaving to either Barcelona, Real Madrid, or whoever. But it looks like Neymar is going to be staying at PSG. Victor Font said he wouldn't sign Neymar because he doesn't think it's right for the club. The fact the way he left at the beginning of the season, the fact that he sued the club, he doesn't want to bring him in. Laporta says that basically if I get Neymar on like a really, 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 really cheap deal, maybe I'll do it. Like I think Neymar to Barcelona should be done and dusted. Unless Neymar goes into like the last 6 months of his contract, I wouldn't look into this Neymar situation any longer. So I do think Neymar to Barcelona at this point is ruled out. Because we all know it's going to be a two-horse race. Jordi Farre kind of, trailing in third place because he kind of started the emotional confidence and he's offering tattoos and free pizza to people who vote for him, which I find not the great marketing campaign, but he can do what he wants. So I recommend you guys go read the quotes from Font and Laporta's interviews that they did. Talked a lot about what they would do with the club. From now until January 24th is going to be a lot of talking, a lot of promises. To be honest, a lot of them not really promising any players because they know the financial state of this club is in dire stages. So they can't really promise, your Haalands, your Mbappes, your Van Dijks, that kind of stuff, right? So they're being more conservative in terms of promising players. But of course, rumors are still going to be coming in and out. Again, I want to ask you guys, let me know down below, who would you vote for? For me, I'm still on the side of Victor Font, although if I were to put money on it, I think Laporta is going to absolutely kill him. I think Laporta has a lot of the backing of, the older culés, older Sochis, and kind of, the middle-aged Sochis, like, in your 25s and your 30s, and then Font has, the younger Sochis. January 24th cannot come any sooner, although I wish it was early just so they can make signings, because they're going to have, 5 days to make signings in January, and then Koeman's going to be coming there crying, like, look, I was promised this. So it's going to be, a lot of, debates are going to be coming in left, right, and center. A lot of, talks going to be happening over the next month. So I would say keep a cool head and see what happens. To wrap up this video, we're just going to talk about some of the news surrounding Barcelona. First one coming in from Rack was say that the final meeting between the lawyers and the Barcelona players will be held today to ratify the salary reduction agreements. We all know they agreed the salary reduction a couple of weeks ago. Today they're going to finalize it all, and it should be, go through, then the players' wages will be cut. The final thing I want to mention is that the FIFA released their 50-man shortlist for the, best XI, the FIFA Pro 11. And 6 Barcelona players made it, which I was surprised. I thought there would only be 2, and Messi and Ter Stegen. But they were accompanied by Frankie de Jong, Sergio Busquets, Philippe Coutinho, and Jordi Alba. And I was shocked. I could not believe my eyes. I was like, Busquets, okay, but like Coutinho and Jordi Alba, like, what did they do to, become one of the top 50 players in the world? And I started looking at this list a little bit more, and you see the likes of, Dele Alli in there. Bloody Dani Alves is in there. He doesn't even play in Europe. He plays in Brazil, and he's still in there, although it is the World XI, but he's in there. Alderweireld is in there, which I was like, what? Donnarumma, I said Dele Alli already. There's some, like, weird inclusions. And there's a lot of, obviously, good inclusions, of course. But there's a lot of, you have Aubameyang there. Like, yeah, he's a good player, but, like, what did he do this season? Win an FA Cup? Like, whoop-de-doo. Same with Zlatan. Even Ibrahimovic is in there. All he did was, have decent form with the AC Milan. It's a really weird list, but, yeah, 6 Barcelona players made it. I guess we can be happy about that, but it is an odd list. So that's my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We talked about, the presidential candidates and what they're going to do, what they're going to promise. A lot of talks going to be happening over the next month, so that's going to be interesting. Quick update on the Haaland and Todibo situation. Of course, Barcelona are desperate for Depay and Garcia, and we'll see what they do in January, how they can bring those about. And Neymar looks like he's going to be staying at PSG. He's going to be signing a new contract. May not come to Barcelona in the future, but you never know, some things could change. Of course, leave me guys your comments down below on all the subjects. Maybe if I missed on something, you want to bring up a story that I didn't mention, bring that up as well. I reply to every single comment. Well, I tried to. I say I reply to 99% of the comments. So leave your comment down below. You're probably going to reply from me. And also hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Well, actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the match preview for the Levante game. Football's finally coming back after their few days break. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, and Forza Barca. Yeah.